Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂, talk about investing, finance, a professional. As the current time of 8:55 a.m. on the Eastern Time on November 10th on Thursday. Hope you guys have a good week so far. It's been a relatively volatile week, and as of this morning, Ethereum is currently up about 17.6%, up to $1,292. And in respect to Bitcoin as well, we're up about 10% so far, bouncing from the $15,000 level that we have identified. It seems like the media front and also on the technical front has been quite predictable. So I do give myself the props onto seeing how the play has been working out so far. And something that's supporting our thesis that we have been talking about in the last couple of days so far is that we had a relatively volatile week with the layout of the election, with this negative or positive anticipatory pressure. Are we leaning more towards the Democratic or the Republican? And then shifting on to a Black Swan news that happened, that was, I thought, maybe, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out, with the Binance acquisition of FTX, right? It seems like it might be just a pump and dump type of media scheme, revealing the liquidation crisis that FTX has exposed based on, why they decide to sell to Binance. But as of this morning, it seems like Binance, announced that they're backing out of the FTX rescue, which, it feels very much like a manipulation if you look into the news. Obviously, we saw a huge dump yesterday across the whole crypto market. Solana at one point down 45%, and now everything is up in the sky high. So there's something very fishy going on. Okay. And with respect to the CPI report, which is supposedly the main events that's happening today, you could see clearly Green Day opening up on 800 basis point, knowing the fact that the inflationary pressure came out lighter than expected. So seems like it might be reversing, and I think with respect to I think the efficacy of the 75 basis point is starting to come into fruition. So across the market front, it is providing us this bullish sentiment. But remember, we are closing on to the year end, going on to Veterans Day, going on to Thanksgiving. Next thing you know, we're going to be going into Black Friday, and then obviously with respect to Christmas holiday, festive times, right? So we typically see something called the window dressing among fund managers, try to pump up the stock, try to pump up their portfolio in crypto or any exotic products by year end, just to show their investors that, hey, we've done well. So some of the news that we're seeing so far is not a surprise. It's just media combined with finance, manipulating a certain verbiage, combining with some, I guess, emphasis on keywords, driving some sort of a reversal psychologically, allowing for investors to be chasing in. So take a look at the some of the buying activity. It seems like in the last couple weeks has been a relatively mixed bag, but in the recent time frame, on like 2 days ago, there's been quite a good amount of selling order from a lot of politicians. And also, like, if you look at what happened yesterday, how did BlackRock think about this? Seems like yesterday was a relatively mixed bag day. If you look into it, it was definitely more of a buy day than a sell day yesterday. So it seems like they did buy the dip yesterday, which it was actually not a terrible idea if you really think about it. And then also with respect to ARK Invest, yesterday was a little bit more of a sell day than a buy day. So again, right, it seems like ARK Invest is acting not oppositely, but they do have their different perspective on how the I guess the picture will be playing out going forward. Okay. So let me just look into the technicals now to see if it's sustainable, right? With respect to recording time of exactly 9 a.m. on the Eastern time. We are at basically 1285, up 17%. We clearly bounce off the level that we have identified, right? 1050. This is a level that we've been calling for quite some time. 1450 is the first level, 1250 is the next level, 1050 is the third level. If we break 1050, we're heading to 850 and 750 respectively. So it seems like on the daily right now, we bounced from the resistance level of 30 out of 70. And if you look into it, this is the level that we have submerged back in June this year. So it came back up, obviously. So now, how sustainable is this? We have broke above the level of resistance, which was 1250. So good stuff. We like that. And again, right, whatever goes down really, really fast, come up just as fast. So we're seeing that in front of our eyes right now. On the weekly, you could see that clearly we still have 3 peaks. So I would say we're not completely out of the woods yet. But some normalization would make sense. Up 17% for assets that is relatively, a little bit more sophisticated than other altcoin is quite interesting, right? It's definitely still see this pump and dump type of scheme. On the monthly, you are looking to glide. So, seeing some reversal is not like a big surprise. And then on Bitcoin, we are at the resistance level of exactly 17,500, as we called it. With respect to a level that we identify exactly at 15,500. I am actually quite proud of myself for, calling this again. And with respect to the rebound, you could see that clearly we were at 24 out of 70. Looking at, historical, we were there exactly June 18th. So now we are back up 15 from 15,500 all the way to 17,500, so which is where we're at right now. We are looking to kind of cross up, right? Obviously, knowing the very dramatic type of gap that we formed. Weekly is still kind of stale, right? You could see that 1, 2, 3, still 3 peaks, so something to watch out for. On the index front, pre-market we're up 3%, which is something that we expected. And daily is looking to still cross down, so I don't think we're completely out of the woods yet. Weekly, it is about to cross up, so seeing some upside is not going to be surprising for us. On the monthly, again, right, still relatively stale, looking to rebound eventually. And then take a look at some selective stocks. Tesla's up 7% right now. On the monthly, still, flat. Daily is, obviously we have captured all of this. Still submerged on a daily, but we're up like 7% right now from the yesterday sell-off. Weekly, it is on the good side of the spectrum as well, so not terrible. Coinbase up 10%, obviously with, is directly correlated to crypto market. Quite oversold on a daily. Weekly very extended still, so I don't like this. Neo is weekly is still looking terrible actually. It's like reversing down, so I think we will go down a little bit more, just once more, and then reverse up. Excuse me. Daily, it's looking quite dramatic. You can see that we try to cross up. This run up is because of the golden cross, but now we need to come back down again, like similar to the weekly chart, to a 20 out of 70. And then Meta is up 5.11%. Big gap. You can see that. And what we need to do is that we need to fill the gap. Okay, so this is quite bullish actually. You see the mega golden cross about to be formed. It's also bullish on a weekly, and then monthly. Yeah, I think Meta is actually quite bullish in terms of buying at this level right now, knowing the fact that gap is clearly here. Whatever gaps is formed needs to be filled. So I do not I tolerate this, I would say. Okay, so good day so far, as expected. Election results is still mixed. I think they're still counting the votes. Binance FTX news is seems like they confirmed that this is no longer. So it was definitely very gut wrenching, I would say. It's like almost like pulling your guts out and then putting back in. It's like very, very manipulative. Which is I try to understand like how. So Sam Bankman-Fried lost like what 94% of his net worth yesterday. because of this scheme. So yeah, like in a blink of an eye, you could lose a lot, but you could also gain a lot, which is crazy, right? Anyway, so have a good one. And it's already Thursday. I cannot believe it. It's like already time is flying. But hopefully you find this analysis helpful and support me on my Patreon. And if you have any questions, reach out to me on Patreon specifically. And I'm always try to be responsive. I do get quite a lot of messages. But yeah, I appreciate you and hope you guys find this helpful and take care.